Hello and welcome to the final three stages of Dakar. Now, coming out of the drama from yesterday's marathon stage, we're expecting a slightly quieter day, but I very much doubt it because we're going to be traveling high speed over 950 kilometers to arrive here at the next bivouac at Al Hanakia. Hannah, it's going to be a fast one.
It certainly is. It's going to be action-packed, Matt. First of all, on the show today, we've got a portrait with Lucy Baud, the French woman who is here competing alongside her dad in the X-Raid Mini. We've also got an expert eye, a special feature on the Dacia. Then we'll bring you all of the stories from your privateers and, of course, as we do each and every day, highlights across all of the different categories.
So let's go check out on the action from stage 11.
At the beginning, at about kilometre 2, there was a dune, then a flat section, and then another dune. I took the first one, then the second dune came, and I didn't see it. I didn't fall to the ground, but I hit hard with the bike, and my left foot slammed against the foot peg. When I put my foot on the ground, I immediately knew something was wrong. The sole of my foot is broken. I need surgery, but in the end, that's how it is.
The second part of the marathon stage was expected to be a tough one, and in the soft sand, it delivered, especially for the less experienced competitors of the Dakar.
You have to get out like that. We're not going to go up. Go back now. But we have to go down like that. Oh, he gets on my nerves. He annoys me. We'll manage. We'll manage. Meter after meter. We'll manage. He parked 2 kilometers away.
It's going to be a long stage.
Long? It'll take us 3 days to finish. I hope you'll wait for us at the finish.
Stage 10 of Dakar 2026. God willing, we'll finish fixing the bike. There's a problem with the valve. I have 2 hours left to finish.
This is Dakar. Too much headache.
Okay, what happened?
Put down my hand.
Your hand?
Right hand. And my back.
Yeah, okay, so you don't move for the moment, okay?
So I have rider number 83 who crashed right at the finish flag. There's a suspicion of a wrist fracture on the right and his back is hurting him, but it doesn't sound catastrophic.
2, 3, okay. I'm okay. You're okay, I'm sure that you're okay.
Abdul Halim crashed. I spent 2.5 hours with him. I tried to fix the bike with him. I did my best and then continued. Last year I retired during the first stage. This year I broke my arm on stage 10. God willing, next year we'll finish it without breaking anything.
The service crews are now setting themselves up for the finish line here at Al Hanakia, our host for the end of stage number 11. But it's stage number 10 that everyone is going to remember coming out of this year's Dakar Rally. In Rally GP, the reigning champion, Daniel Chucky Sanders, went down hard yesterday, breaking his sternum and his collarbone, but the plucky Australian is still determined to see the finish line at Yanbu in just a couple of days. Out front, though, the two-horse race is forming between Luciano Benavides and Brabec.
Sunrise on stage 11 of Dakar 2026. Defending champion Daniel Sanders still going, despite a broken left collarbone and a broken sternum.
It's a good mental test for sure, but yeah, we just got to. You're physically not strong at all. You got no push power. So yesterday in the dunes was the worst because you couldn't push back. You had no chest strength at all because I broke the sternum and the collarbone as well. So wasn't ideal, but yeah, if it's flat and smooth roads like this, it's okay. But every little sharp bump, it's not enjoyable. So we'll just try and relax and let this one just sit there and chill out, and we'll let the legs do all the work on the right arm.
With Sanders now out of the frame, the overall win looks set to be contested between Ricky Brabeck and Luciano Benavides. The American has a pretty straightforward game plan.
Just be there, be consistent, and be strong. We'll do the best job we can today and just try to manage today, and then tomorrow try to push. So we'll see what happens.
The plan is the same as when we started this Dakar. Give my maximum every day and don't think about anything or anyone. Give 100%. 3 days to go, a lot can happen, so I'll have to be focused every single kilometre.
Others will be eyeing up stage glory on a day where they don't really have to overthink the strategy.
Honestly, on these really fast ones, unless some crazy navigation thing happens, there's really nothing to do. We just hold it wide open until the end. We're just gonna put our belly on the seat, get as much aerodynamics as possible, hold the thing to the stopper, and we'll see where we're at.
Stage 11 from Bisha to Al Hanakia is slated as one of the fastest of this Dakar. It'll be rapid at the start, rapid at the finish, although there is a more technical rocky section before refuelling. Just under 350 kilometres of timed special to cover, with another pit stop for the cars. It would be fair to say that Tosha Schreiner never really recovered from the 10-minute penalty he incurred on stage 5, which left him playing catch-up overall. The Spaniard set off in 8th place today and finished in 5th, but he remains 15 minutes behind the top two. Tosha reasonably happy with his performance. He's now fully focused on sealing another overall podium. There was finally a change of leader in Rally 2 today as Tony Mulech snuck ahead of Preston Campbell. The Slovenian needed some time to find his rhythm this morning, but did well in the stony section and eventually put almost 6 minutes into his American rival. He was 2.5 minutes behind Martin Ventura in Rally 2 on the day, but now leads Campbell by 2.5 minutes overall.
Flat out more than less all the time. The piece was quite good, I would say. I just need a little bit more faster bike, but overall I'm happy. I stay on the wheels, no big mistakes today with navigation, and no crashes. This is the most important thing.
Bruno Santos came to Dakar 2026 with hopes of improving on his best finish, 28th overall in 2024. Well, so far so good for the Portuguese rider. He's currently 17th. Bruno's been a standout performer at the BP Ultimate Rally Raid Portugal in recent years, coming as high as 3rd overall 2 years ago, and he continues to improve on every kind of terrain. He was also inside the top 20 on this 11th stage. Josep Pedro struck another blow in the fight for the original Baumatul crown, putting 3.5 minutes into his French rival Benji Milou. The Spaniard melted his bib mousse in the dunes yesterday and was worried he might have done the same thing again today, so he eased off a little in the fast final section. Overall, it was still a very good stage though. Josep has closed the gap on Benji to 10 minutes and 8 seconds. And what of our world champion Daniel Sanders? As we heard, the Australian was expecting to suffer today and obviously wasn't anywhere near the top scratch times due to his injuries. But he made it through in 13th place, only losing around 10.5 minutes, and he remains 4th overall.
The fast, flat stuff was easy, but when we went in through the rocks and the sand and, yeah, when you had to grip the bike a lot, it was super tough, and you could feel every bump through the collarbone, so it wasn't pleasant, but I'm glad to make it through one more day.
There was another top-notch showing today from Chucky's KTM teammate, Edgar Canet. The young Spaniard was pushing for the stage win, but a navigation mistake before refuelling cost him around 3 minutes, and no doubt the day's honours. He ended up in third place, 1 minute and 15 seconds down, and Edgar will now do everything he can to help title contender Benavides in the final days. Adrian van Beveren was the first man off the start line at 8:15 this morning after he dominated in the dunes yesterday. The Frenchman was just trying to stay smooth and safe and make a good line for Brabeck, who set off in second. They linked up after the refuelling, allowing the American to grab some bonus time. With a maximum haul of 5 minutes 25 seconds himself, VBA came second on the stage. And 21 seconds ahead of him, claiming his first ever Dakar stage victory, was teammate Skylar Howes. The American said it was an awesome day. He didn't have any bobbles or make any navigation mistakes and brought his Honda home in P1. The bivouac's most famous moustache positively bristling with pride.
My first stage win with Honda and first official overall stage win in the Dakar, which is really cool. It means a lot for sure. Finished on the podium of the Dakar before I even got a stage win, which is funny. But I'm happy. The stage was really fast and I just did a good job of navigating and pushed into the end. So I consider that a good, perfect stage.
A win for those wicked whiskers then, as the game of cat and mouse was unfolding at the top of the leaderboard. Brabeck rode with Van Beveren for a while, pocketing 1 minute and 48 of bonuses, but he deliberately eased off at the end, losing around 3 minutes in order to set off behind Luciano tomorrow. The American finished 5 minutes down in 6th place, but he only trails Benavides by 23 seconds overall. A strategic gamble, but will it pay off in tomorrow's all-important 12th stage?
It's a brawl to the end, and it's been a battle every single day with all of us. Tomorrow, having Luciano in front of me, I mean, yeah, I can go hunt rather than put my tail between my legs and start running, So hopefully tomorrow, yeah, we do a good job and we can push to the end.
Well, Luciano admitted he didn't feel the best out there today, despite coming fourth, and he wasn't too impressed with Honda's tactical games. He added, though, that he doesn't care what his rivals do. He's still confident he can beat them and land his first Dakar title.
23 seconds is nothing. But anyway, I'll do my best to have a good stage tomorrow and try and make the difference. It could go well, it might not. We don't know the result, but that's the Dakar. That's the beauty of it. I'm confident I can do it, which is the most important thing. Whether it happens or not, we'll find out the day after tomorrow.
Y eso para mí es lo más importante de ahí. Si sale o no, bueno, veremos pasado mañana.
Howes breaking his Dakar duck by just 21 seconds from his teammate VBA, followed by Canet, Benavides, Schreiner and Brabeck. Ventura was up in 7th place, ahead of Bradley Cox and Ross Branch. So as we head into the money time of Dakar 2026, just 23 seconds separating our top two. Will it be Benavides or Brabeck celebrating on Saturday evening?
While the cars, bikes and trucks battle it out in the Saudi dunes on the regular Dakar, the adventure continues for the pioneers of Dakar Future Mission 1000. And on this stage, the 3 projects had a special challenge to take on.
This is a very interesting stage because it's a competition about 200 meters more faster, half 10 points, second 1.5 and the third 2 points. That's very important because it's the difference between us. We are so close to the other team, so it's very important for us.
And off they went, flat out. The Arctic Leopards, and then the KH7 EcoVerti truck. The issue was not spending too much energy on that 200-meter straight. Indeed, after that, the Mission 1000 competitors, like this Segway rider, still had to cover a distance of 100 kilometers, like every day of this challenge. In the overall standings, like the previous years, Giorgi Giovanteni in his hydrogen hybrid truck leads the way, but the gaps are small over the bikers on their Arctic Leopards and Segway electric machines.
In today's Dakar Explore, we meet with Marianne Albaz, who proved her critics wrong and succeeded in rallies. The Saudi Next Gen programme at Dakar, coaching and guiding her through the next phase and pushing Marianne to her limits. Today we are here to train as usual, once or twice a week. I entered this world of motorsport at the age of 12. My father, God rest his soul, had introduced me to mechanics in general. I repaired cars, engines and machinery. Then little by little I got behind the wheel, confronted the dunes and the sand, and I also did some drifting. The motorbike was always a very big challenge for me, until the day I decided to challenge myself in rallies. People around me said it would be hard, but I tried, trained well and succeeded. I was always apprehensive about the Dakar Rally until the Saudi Next Generation category arrived. They coached me, guided me, and gave me the strength to do everything I thought was impossible. A very enriching experience, which motivated me and helped me push beyond my limits. In this world of rally, people who watch it only through their screens keep in mind only the winners, the first place. For us, it's the smells of the soil, the rain, the fatigue. Sometimes it's also the smell of fuel, but also that of success. Yes, there is a smell, the smell of success.
With 2 very hard days behind us, a lot has changed in the ultimate field. But the question on everybody's lips is, has Nasser Al-Attiyah done enough to have won this Dakar? So, let's ask the man himself. Nasser Al-Attiyah,
morning.
2 hard days. Have you already won this Dakar?
Well, it's really, I will say 100% hard Dakar ever. And because the gap always close and changing every day, you know, the leader. And but okay, we did a good job, you know. The first week, day 6, and then we stay a little bit longer, you know, in the lead. And the second marathon, we lose the lead. But this was good. We come back very strong, and yeah, we are have a good lead, 12 minutes, and just we try to be strong next 2 days.
Well, let's see, once we've had our coffee, if this man can hold on to the lead today.
With only 2 stages to go after today, it is getting to crunch time. Nasser Al-Attiyah had the lead coming in with a 12-minute advantage over Lazagen. Roma is third, Loeb is fourth, Serradori won yesterday's stage. Here on the Dakar, anything is possible. Yesterday, I lost quite a lot of time. The truth is, I thought I would lose more time at the start of the stage, opening the way, but looking at the splits, I didn't lose too much. Then I lost a lot of time looking for a waypoint, nearly 11 minutes, but it's part of the game. It's part of Rally Raid. Now we have another day, and I'll try and be consistent until the finish.
Un día más hoy y intentar ser muy constantes hasta el final.
We aren't going to gain 23 minutes on NASA in normal circumstances, obviously. But when you see what's happening with the tough navigation and such, all we can do is the best job we can possibly do to manage to the end of the rally. It won't depend on us.
Et puis après, ça dépendra pas de nous.
I think there are 3 big stages still to go. We're in the top 5, and behind us it's very tight. So even if we lose a bit of time today, tomorrow's stage is very complicated, so we can get back into the game for the top 5.
Pour revenir au match du top 5.
And so a Century CR7 opened the road for the first time ever at the Dakar. Always a challenge to open the stage, and Serradori and Loic Minaudier lost a decent chunk of time, as they expected, dropping 15 minutes and falling from 5th to 6th in the overall standings. Seventh off the start line was Henk Latergen, second overall and looking to finally get a trouble-free day. It wasn't to be, though. 140 kilometers in, and the Toyota had come to a stop. The crew got to work, and after more than an hour and a half, they were back underway. The world's largest exporter of cherries is still running. Hernan Garces got wedged on a rock on the prologue, but since then, he's finished every stage. The Chilean, in his overdrive racing Hilux, is 27th overall after today. This is Romain Dumas' 9th Dakar appearance, and the Frenchman secured his best ever stage result today by finishing in 2nd. The 2-time Le Mans 24-hour winner has a best overall finish of 8th back in 2017 for Peugeot. He and Alex Winnock piloted the RD Limited Ford Raptor home, just 1 minute and 22 seconds off the win. And at 190 kilometers, there was another stage with a pit stop. In came Dumas. The RD team got to work with the option to change tyres or just collect spares and make repairs. Dumas was good to go. And off he went. The Dacia Sandriders team were ready for their drivers. Sebastian Loeb came in, and they opted to change the front left. Double stacking, Nasser Al-Attiyah came in too. He didn't take on any tyres, and as a result, he came out ahead of Loeb, gaining crucial time. Tim and co-driver and brother Tom Coronel came in for their pit stop. The Dutch duo in their Century lost a huge chunk of time on stage 2 and have been trying to recover ever since. They're running 47th in class. The Ford team were busy at work as well, with 4 Fords to service. In came Matthias Ekström, out went Matthias Ekström. And it was the Swede who came through to take victory on the stage, beating Dumas by 82 seconds over 347 kilometers. Remarkably, on stage 11, Ekstrom became the first double-stage winner of the rally, a feat that was achieved on stage 5 last year by Seth Quintero. This moves Ekstrom up to 4th overall, a little over 20 minutes off the rally lead.
We had a clean stage until the end when we caught a lot of dust, so lost a couple of minutes in the end, but in the beginning was good.
Third in the overall standings is now Sebastian Loeb. The Dacia Sand Rider is 18 minutes back from the lead, a distance he's occupied pretty much throughout the entirety of the Dakar. He finished today 10th, but has taken 4 minutes out of his disadvantage. We tried to have a good stage. I attacked quite a lot, and I believe Nani was also at a very fast pace. It's going to be hard to gain time on him, but we managed a very good stage today. After Laterken got going again, he soon came to a halt. Just 10 kilometers later, and the South African was stationary once more.
Yeah, it's not how it looks when you're trying to win Dakar, but we were trying our best. Every setback we were trying again and again and again, and yeah, but this is a really big one. This is going to put us back a lot. But we'll fix the car and we'll start far back again tomorrow, and we'll give it a big push and see what we can do from our position on the road.
He and Brett Cummings had assistance arrive. The Toyota Gazoo Racing Hilux got fixed, but this was effectively the end of Laterken's Dakar. It's been one to forget for the South African. Today, he lost 4 hours. He's 23rd overall. Laterken's dramas mean Nani Roma is up into 2nd position. He was trailing by 12 minutes this morning, but by just 8 this afternoon after finishing 11th on the stage. Another consistent stage from the Spaniard, and he is truly in the fight for the win. We saw Laterken had stopped. I felt sorry for him because I can imagine how he must feel. It's happened to me before and it's not a nice feeling. But it's part of the game, part of the sport. Otherwise, I'm happy. More tomorrow. In the lead of the Dakar remains Nasser Al-Attiyah. But his lead has been cut. With 2 stages to go, there is less than half an hour separating the top 5. The Qatari finished 7th today and heads the field looking for his 6th win.
Yeah, we are so happy, you know, to finish today, because today was really not easy, and we don't know the pace, how we can go, but when we see Sebastian is coming, we let him to pass and just to stay behind all the way, you know. I'm really good, I'm happy, yes, and yeah, we'll see.
Matthias Ekstrom takes his 2nd stage win of 2026, with Romain Dumas, today's standout driver, in 2nd, contributing to a Ford 1-2-3, with Carlos Sainz finishing in 3rd place. And that 3rd position for Sainz means he takes 10 minutes out of Al-Attiyah's advantage, bunching the top 5 up with just 2 stages to go. For the 3rd consecutive Dakar, Lionel Baud is partnered by his daughter Lucy in their X-Raid Mini. A 9th on stage 9 has been their best result of the rally so far. But inside the car, who's in charge?
Au début, j'ai eu 8 km sur une piste. It's a long story and a long family history. I started rally racing at the age of 16 with my dad.
It's so enjoyable to do this as a family. It brings so much happiness. It's incredible.
I had a dream to finish the Dakar before I turned 30. It's the toughest race on the planet, and to think, yeah, I could do that. I could be up there with the legends. So that's the goal now, to be right there beside him in Rally Raid. I found a real passion for it, and I discovered my talent for calling out the notes. And honestly, I love being in the right seat. That's really me. I want to be in the co-pilot seat.
In 3 years, she's progressed very quickly. Why? Because she's rigorous. She wants to learn things properly, and she absorbs things very quickly.
I love being able to give the directions and, in a way, manage the race, handling the timing and everything. And that's what I like about being in the right seat. I love doing it. In the car, as a navigator, I'm the one in charge. It's funny in a father-daughter relationship, but we found the right balance.
She doesn't just give directions. In the car, she runs the show.
It's awesome being right there next to him. Sometimes you can feel if the pace is maybe a bit low or a bit high. So then it's also about giving those cues to the driver and encouraging him.
Non-stop she tells me, all's well, or come on dad, let's go, and keeps talking about the pace. And when it's your daughter, it takes on a whole different meaning.
We speak our minds, no filter. That means we work things out really quickly. We experience such extraordinary emotions. You go from the highs to the lows in a single day, and they happen in an instant. It feeds the heart so much, it's incredible.
I don't know if Lucy will want to carry on in another car, so we'll see. But in any case, I take the moments as they come. Right now, I'm just trying to enjoy every second I can with her on the race.
Argentinian glory in challenges with the 300 Taurus Evo Max of Nicolas Cavagliasso and his wife and co-driver Valentina Pertigarini. They took the victory by a modest 29 seconds. Their dreams of defending their title at Dakar were potentially dashed a few stages ago due to radiator issues, but after today's victory, Cavagliasso is now back on the podium in third, only 45 minutes in arrears. It was oh so close for the stage victory, and hopes of a three-peat were thwarted. Ball Spearing's locked in a duel with Cavagliasso, and for many kilometres, only 2 seconds separated the two rivals. The Dutchman taking second place on stage 11. Daniel Ricciardo was the only competitor who could break the lead of Cavagliasso today after 241 kilometres of flat-out racing. However, the Saudi eventually relinquished the lead 42 kilometres later. The Odyssey Academy by BBR driver finishing the day in third. Today wasn't the day to have a bad day, but it could always be worse. 12th place, giving away almost 7 minutes to Navarro. Seidon will hope that's his bad luck out of the way as he tries to become the first Saudi to win Dakar in challenges.
It was a bad day for us from the beginning. Lots of rocks, we couldn't push. And in the end, the defender cut shots, lots of dust.
3 of the most important stages of Pau Navarro's career. 1 down, 2 to go. An important day for the 20-year-old to have a clean stage and stay in control of the overall.
It can be the longest two stages in my life, so we have to keep our head really calm. Try to do all the kilometers that it's sometimes hard to do.
Ignacio Casale's bodywork was hanging on by a thread. No time to waste. It was full throttle ahead for the Chilean. Having taken a third place on stage 9, Hunter Miller had terrible mechanical issues yesterday in his Can-Am after 46 kilometres of the rally. But today, the man from the United States finished in 9th place. Sterling number 6. Brock Hager has been the definition of dominant in the SSV category at Dakar 2026. A 6th stage victory, but it was close between the American and Ferrioli. Only 51 seconds from taking the victory, Jeremias Ferrioli managed to lead the stage on 2 occasions, but only for a brief moment. 2nd place for the Argentinian in his Can-Am. One of America's most accomplished UTV drivers, Kyle Cheney, has continued to impress. Today, the Can-Am driver finished in 4th place, but more impressively, he remained 2nd in the overall classification on Dakar debut. A big goal for Polish driver Maciej Oleksowicz is to finish this Dakar and learn as much as he can. On today's stage, the South Racing Can-Am rally driver finished the day in 10th place and sits in 10th overall. On the road, Sarah Price finished 1st in the stock class by just 2 seconds. But a 30-minute penalty meant that the win went the way of her defender teammate Rokas Baciuska. In stock, Rokas Baciuska leads by almost 4 hours, whilst Pau Navarro extends in challenges. Brock Hager has over an hour to Cheney and SSV.
Safety and development go hand in hand at Dakar as companies look to remove as much risk as possible. With that in mind, on today's Expert Eye, we look at a very special suspension seat that is being tested and debuted in the dashes.
Hello, I'm Fabio Lurquin, co-driver of Nasser Al-Attiyah, working for Dacia. In Dacia, we have something special that other teams don't have or don't have yet. That's what we call a seat attenuator. The goal of that device is to save our back in case of big vertical crash or impact.
The object of the seat attenuator is to reduce the effects of the impacts when the car lands. And so what happens is the seat, which is fixed to this arm at the top and fixed to these arms at the bottom, this seat can move down up to 100 millimeters when there's a big impact on landing. So what we have here is the 2 arms, so the seat can move up and down. So as it moves down, there's a pressure in this system that builds up, and that limits how far the seat can go. And then once the impact's over, then the attenuator brings the seat back up to the right place.
It's not something meant to be actually fluctuating and moving a lot. Like you have, for example, on the seat of a truck driver where you go bumping up and down over the bumps. It's not something like that. Since the start of the Dakar, in all 4 cars, it was not being used yet. The only time I had it was once in Morocco, and I remember that impact. It was a very big one. This device will be implemented for all new cars in the regulation starting in January 27. So we are a little bit more safe when we go out driving.
They don't said I'm a good singer, but I think they're liars.
Here we are, the ground, running free, the rumbles of
coaster of Dakar. Roller coaster.
You want my picture?
Get it on my phone.
If you wanna get with me, but I make you fast.
Don't think, definitely not singing now. Even I battle in the shower. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I can reach.
Can you? Pray to the sun gods. Help us through it. Help us through it.
Right, we're going to overtake many cars, Maria. Like if we were among the best professionals.
We can do it. Come on.
Want to put my speed?
I am on that speed. Ojo, ojo. Oh, de lado, María.
Aren't you going too fast?
No, I don't think so. Got to attack now.
Maybe try another line for me. Because we are too close. Be careful maybe if they go like this.
Why are they trying to pop?
Don't worry, at the end of the dune we cut and we overtake them on the right. Pas le pas. Non, non, t'inquiète. This one is Caleco Lopez. They will not make stupid things like the Polaris, eh?
Yeah. No, I can see he's way more gentle.
Yeah.
Take me home
to the place I belong, West Virginia.
Stai urlando, porca miseria.
Aunt Mama, take me home.
After leading for most of the Dakar in the T5 trucks, Mitchell van der Brink now finds himself as the chaser, dropping down to third place after a rough run of form in the marathon stages. It is Viadotta Zala who is our leader, and when it counts, with just a few stages to go. The top three in T5 trucks, separated by just 35 minutes. Those are still small numbers, with Dakar counting.
Time to make up. Time running out. A final pit stop before hammering it towards the finish. Especially for Mitchell van den Brink after he went from leader to chaser, but like second overall Alish low price, they needed to apply pressure to top trucker Viadotta Zala. Well, this Dakar peaked for Martin Masick with consecutive wins across the first marathon. But since stage 6, it's been one problem or frustration after another. Today, it was losing windows from a car kicking up stones. A big consolation for the Czech truck builder. 5 of the overall top 10 are driving his vehicles. A strong finish to Dakar 2026 from the Baggara Invictus of Martin Schultes. A first podium yesterday, followed by 4th today. Despite some major mechanicals in Saudi, the Czech crew still top 10 in 8 of the 11 specials. A broken drive shaft yesterday has put Mitchell's hopes of going 4th to 1st in 4 straight editions in doubt. The Dutchman not giving up, but he lost a few more minutes to Zala. 3rd on the special, still 3rd overall. The outsider has become the front runner. Zala had the decision of whether to attack or defend, but the Lithuanian was well aware of the risks.
And you know, I have nothing to gain and a lot to lose. We lost 3 minutes to low price. I know that he was supposed to push, and my job is to manage the difference. We have 2 days remaining, so everything Everything looks good now.
Low Price is a winning machine, a 5th stage win and a 3rd special success on the trot, but not the gains he's hoped for.
There was not a terrain where we could earn a lot, but we earned some minutes. We are happy for that. Happy for another stage victory and stage finish. So we will see. Only 2 days. There is still a big gap for the first one, but we will try to do our best.
Low Price won 13 stages in his first 17 appearances. That's now 10 in the last 2 editions. The top 3 overall on the special podium, but not in this order. If Jala can protect the gaps back to his rivals tomorrow, an unimaginable title in Yambu will be within touching distance.
On the Dakar Classic, there are all types of challenges. Regularity, of course, but also speed and navigation. But probably the biggest challenge for all the classic crews is taking good care of their vintage cars and trucks. And it wasn't a good day for the Porsche of Juan Morera and his wife Lidia Ruba.
Mala suerte. Bad luck.
We changed the belt. The problem was the belt of the alternator. But when we change, we break a little bit the new one and maybe we put another one. And we prefer to wait and check with the mechanic the car if it's okay. On va juste contrôler le serrage.
It's good. It's broken.
The car was in second position, the belt snapped. We're disgusted, but those are the pleasures of rally raids and the Dakar.
I hope for today enough surprises. Come on.
The Porsche eventually resumed with racing, but the crew drops down to 38th spot overall.
Buggies have been a part of the Dakar since the early days, although only one man has claimed victory in one, Jean-Louis Schlesser in 1999 and 2000. These light, all-terrain vehicles, generally two-wheel drive, appeared on the first editions. They inspired a generation of rally raid enthusiasts, and buggies continue to feature on the rally through to the modern era. Some of the early pioneers have spent a lifetime combining their passion for the Dakar and these unique machines.
This is my workshop, where I built buggies and, well, I continue to build them. They've all done the Dakar. Everything here has done the Dakar.
For Hervé Cotel, the story goes back to 1980, when he entered a buggy that he had built himself.
100% homemade. I took the front of a VW Combi and the back of a VW Combi, and then I put them together and connected the bars at the top.
Cotel would finish as high as second overall in 1981. Another early innovator was Yves Sunhill, who turned up to the very first Dakar in 1979 with a self-made buggy, which was just as curious as the man himself.
We've done the last 1,000 kilometres with Coca-Cola in the clutch.
For his second Dakar in 1980, Sunhill decided the best way to save some weight was to embark on the world's toughest rally without a co-driver.
Il est parti tout seul sans copilote. Pour lui, le copilote.
He entered the rally alone because, as far as he was concerned, a navigator was pointless. He told me he'd recorded the roadbook notes on a Walkman. They'd played it when he set off. But the one thing he hadn't anticipated was getting sand into the Walkman, and it stopped working. So he just followed the heading, and that year he won the two-wheel drive category.
Arrivé premier des deux roues motrices en 80.
After a few years of trying, Skylar Howes finally gets his maiden victory at Dakar, winning today on stage number 11. But the big story is happening out front in the bikes, where Benavides gets the lead once again. He has 23 seconds ahead of Brabic, which means strategy is out the window from now on. It's a two-horse race to the flag for Dakar. And in the cars, it's Alatia that continues to lead. He's got a nice buffer, still over 8 minutes out the front of the rest of the pack as we head into the final couple of stages. Ekstrom takes another victory and moves up today into 4th place, and we are running out of kilometers. 2 more stages to go. We make our way back to Yanbu and the Red Sea to understand who is going to be able to take it all the way to the flag. Drama all the way to the finish line this year at Dakar.